What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 17 career mode. This is episode number 91, and we started today's episode off with Spain coming to me and saying, would you like to stay on as Spain manager? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm Spain manager. I forgot about that, so I just said, yeah, fair enough. I forgot all about it, to be honest, and there is a tournament come the end of the year, Euro 2020, but I've got basically no interest in it, so I might just simulate the whole thing, but I decided to stay on. It's cool to manage a big nation, because you can also unlock the overalls of all the players from that country, because you can search for them in the national pool, the national pool. But yeah, I forgot all about me managing Spain, so I said, yeah, fair enough. There's been way more important things going on, unfortunately, other than my, well, let's just say less than interested job with Spain. Of course, in the league, we are currently on an absolute free-fall. Our last 3 games were 3 on the biggest of the season, where we faced Schalke, Bayer Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich. And of course, if you guys watched the past 2 episodes, you would know we picked up just 1 point from a possible 9. We are now in 2nd place, and Bayer Leverkusen have a 5-point lead on us in the Bundesliga. But in those 3 games, you saw them all. We played well, we didn't get any luck, and we didn't get any wins either. So in the first game of today's episode here, we travelled away from home to take on FSV Mainz. I thought it's about time we got some luck in our favour, and that's exactly what happened. The first goal was an own goal. The first own goal that we've had scored for us this season, as opposed to against us, is now 3-1 in that scoreline, if you will. So finally an own goal comes in our favour, and Marley puts the ball past his own goalkeeper in really comical and bizarre fashion. So Mainz 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. We did lead the break in the first half, where, to be honest, we hadn't really played too well. And the last 3 games, again, we'd had no wins in them at all. 1 draw and 2 defeats. Yet we'd played really well. But in this game, we were still leading by a goal to 0 going into stoppage time in the game. Timo Werner well saved, had his shot well saved there by the goalkeeper, and it was still 1-0. And from the corner, Nicholas Saul's header hits the post, and Mainz scrambled the ball clear. But that was how the game would finish. Final score, Mainz 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. We returned to winning ways. We get a clean sheet. Overdue, both of those things. But to be honest, it was just absolutely bizarre. I was terrible. And our 2 main men this season, Diego Menendez and Aubameyang, did virtually nothing. Yet we still came through with a win. And I sat there after the game and I thought to myself, I mean, that is just typical, isn't it? Like, the 3 biggest games of the season, I could not have played better in those last 3 games. We got 1 point from 9. And then in this game, I was awful. Didn't really deserve anything. We won due to an own goal. I mean, that is just typical FIFA nowadays, isn't it? But anyway, we do get the win, and we cut the gap at the top of the table to just 3 points as well. And with 5 games to go in the Bundesliga, it's not over yet. The title race is still on between 3 clubs right now. Bayer Leverkusen in 1st, Borussia Dortmund in 2nd, and Bayern Munich in 3rd. Leverkusen could have ran away with things, but instead, they're letting us back in the title race, and with 5 games to go, it's still up for grabs.
When we look at Borussia Dortmund, trying to pick a player who could be the main influence today. Maybe we'll go for this fella, Alan.
Well, sometimes you talk about not being able to coach a quality, and I think his finishing ability is one such thing, because he just does it naturally.
And as we host Hoffenheim for the 2nd game of today's episode, this was a massive game, because if results went our way and we won this game, we could return to top of the table for the first time in a few weeks, with Bayer Leverkusen travelling away from home to take on Red Bull Leipzig. Our last 2 games at home have been damaging defeats against Schalke and Bayern Munich, but the support for the club was still at its best from the fans. The yellow wall with the really loud noise, getting the team motivated, and what a start in this game as well, because just 5 minutes in, we would open the scoring through the main man, Diego Menendez, who in the last game admittedly went missing. Didn't really do much, but he's still our best player. Everyone knows that. He's one of the best players in Europe, and when he's got the stats he has, it's hardly a surprise that he's the guy that we turn to deliver the goals when we need them the most. Diego Menendez with his 18th goal of the season in the Bundesliga, and what a lovely little volley it was after Dembele chipped the ball into the middle. So Dortmund 1, Hoffenheim 0, Diego with the goal, but Hoffenheim responded straight away, first by hitting the post and then hitting the back of the net. Nicholas Saul must have thought he was still playing for Hoffenheim and didn't transfer to us in January, so after a cross was fizzed into the area, I tried to clear the ball away with Circle. It clearly didn't register in time, and he just scooped the ball up in the air for the striker and said, here you go mate, head that past my goalkeeper, I'm Agent Nicholas Saul, and we can get Hoffenheim back on level terms. That's exactly what happened, and Hoffenheim equalised just 6 minutes after Diego's lovely little volley put us in front. So I was thinking, here we go. go again. Another massive game playing at home, and once again we are going to choke. Dortmund won, Hoffenheim won, and from kickoff we went forward, tried to get back in front. Once again we looked for Diego, but Diego shot the ball just off target. So still 1-1. Then the 16th minute here, another good chance for us to get ourselves in front. Diego Menendez with a nice little feint to let the ball run across his body, rolled it through towards Timo Werner, who ran through one-on-one, and the former Red Bull Leipzig striker, who will be hoping his old side do us a massive favour against Bayer Leverkusen, scores the goal for his current club to fire us back in front just 4 minutes after we conceded our lead. So what an action-packed start to the game. 17 minutes in, already 3 goals, and the ball hit the post as well from Hoffenheim at the other end, and Timo Werner gets 10 goals this season in the Bundesliga with a really important finish from our number 18 in minute number 18. So Dortmund 2, Hoffenheim 1, we are back in front, but Hoffenheim weren't going to lie down in this game at all. In the 34th minute, could have put themselves back on level terms there. That shot going just wide of the post, and you may have noticed it as well in the top right-hand side. Leipzig were beating Leverkusen by a goal to nil. So as things stood right now, there's a long way to go. But we were going on to go top of the table for the first time in a few weeks, with Leverkusen choking, doing what we've done in recent weeks. So still Dortmund 2, Hoffenheim 1. Niklas Süle tried to make amends there in the second half. That header going just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But with 21 minutes to go though, Marco Reus, my captain, storms down the left-hand side on a mazy little run here. Keeps on going in the snow, takes it around his man with a Berber spin, gets himself inside. And I've got to say, my captain this season, I made him skipper, has been really, really subpar. Marco Reus is one of the best players in Europe. He's absolutely fantastic, but he's showing he's declining in age. He's declining in age. He's declining in stats because of his age. He's not the same player anymore. He hasn't really done much for us this season. He's been very disappointing. I've got plans to replace him next season with El Shaarawy coming in. He may not even stay on as captain or even stay at the club, but what a fantastic solo goal this was by Marco Reus, and without question a contender for goal of the season. This was brilliant. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done better. Snow in the eyes, I don't know. Frosty fingers, not entirely sure, but what a goal from Marco Reus. My manager avatar could not believe it on the touchline. The skipper going on a sensational run and scoring his 3rd goal in the Bundesliga this season to make it Dortmund 3, Hoffenheim 1, and definitely without question a contender for goal of the season. That was absolutely extraordinary, but 8 minutes later you had a great chance here to make it 4-1 and wrap the points up through a penalty, as Aubameyang was played forward after a counter-attack, which I almost messed up there when I really shouldn't have done on a 3-on-1 situation with just one defender back. The number 26 so for Hoffenheim took down Aubameyang from behind. Definite penalty, no question, and a chance to wrap the points up here, give us a 3-goal cushion, and that would secure it. So Aubameyang would stand up and take it. Hasn't scored in a couple of games, the former St Etienne striker. He is our regular penalty taker though. He rarely misses, and he doesn't miss this one either. With 10 minutes to go, wraps the points up. Dortmund 4, Hoffenheim 1. And we may be going top of the table for the first time in a few weeks as well. And again, the last game against Mainz, I was absolutely terrible. I really was poor, but we still won through an own goal. But in this game, I was back to my best. I felt really, really in control. And we didn't get the results we deserved in the 3 games against Schalke, Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. But in this one, we were going to get the win, and in really convincing fashion as well. Because with 5 minutes to go, we had a chance to make it 5-1, and we do just that too. Aubameyang hustling, winning the ball back. Diego chips it forward first time to Timo Werner. Lovely assist by Menendez, and Werner gets his 2nd goal of the game to go alongside an assist. And I got to say, the Menendez assist there, that was brilliant. The first time, chip ball over the top with the outside the right boot, right onto Timo Werner's chest, and Timo did the rest. So Werner gets his 11th goal in the Bundesliga now to go along with the 10th he scored in the first half, and we win the game by 5 goals to 1. And this was the game that was more like a signal of intent, if nothing else. We were saying to Bayer Leverkusen, listen, I know that we slipped up in those 3 games against you, Bayern Munich and Schalke, only 1 point from 9, but we are not going to give up on this title. The race is still on, and as you'll see come the end of the game, this is what we wanted to see, because Red Bull Leipzig may be one of the most hated clubs in Germany, but they've got a free pass in Dortmund, at least for this weekend, because they do us a massive favour, beat Bayer Leverkusen by 2 goals to 0. We would have been handing out Red Bull Leipzig scarves already outside the stadium come the end of that game, because Leipzig's win over Leverkusen does mean, as you'll see the table in just a few moments time, Borussia Dortmund once again have gone top of the Bundesliga table with 4 games to go, and it's not over yet. It's not over yet still, despite us knowing now we have destiny in our own hands. Now we're top of the table on goal difference, because Bayern Munich in 3rd place are only 4 points behind us and Leverkusen, who have 63 points each. It's crazy, but no one seems to want to win this title right now. It's just ridiculous. In the past couple of months, it's just been us and Bayer Leverkusen both squandering leads weekend after weekend. It's absolute madness right now, but we have gone top of the table with 4 games to go. The question is now, can we stay top of the table? You know, this season we've thrown away leads, as of Leverkusen, at least a couple of times now at the top of the table by a few points. Are we going to throw it away once again? Well, touch wood, fingers are crossed. I sincerely hope that won't be the case, but as you can see, confirmation, we are top with 4 games to go. We have the same record as Leverkusen, but 11 goals clear on the goal difference swing, and that massive win against Hoffenheim was really, really crucial to aiding our bid into being the strongest side in terms of goal difference in the league this season. So massive win there, massive defeat for Leverkusen away at Leipzig, and a huge result that sees us top of the table. And after Bayern Munich played their game before us and Leverkusen, they cut the gap to just 1 point, even though us and Bayern did have a game in hand. So really, with 3 games to go for Bayern Munich and 4 games to go for us, who's your money on right now? I mean, seriously, any one of these 3 clubs could win the title. It's so hard to predict due to the unpredictability of this season. But for the third and final game of today's episode here, we will take on Borussia Mönchengladbach away at Borussia Park, aiming to make it 3 wins from 3 and get another solid result here that keeps us top of the table. And what a start as well, because just 90 minutes in, we would open the scoring through, guess who? Diego Menendez, doing it once again, making it Mönchengladbach 0, Borussia Dortmund 1, as he gets his 19th goal in the Bundesliga this season, going 2 goals clear of Aubameyang in 2nd place in the top scoring charts in the race for the Golden Boot. But of course, Diego knows that as much as it would be nice to get that Golden Boot and bring it home to his mum, he wants to make sure that he can bring home a winner's medal in the Bundesliga instead, as he fires in front and makes it Mönchengladbach 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. So Diego with the goal, 19 minutes in, and we could have made it 2 as well in the 33rd minute. Aubameyang still going for that Golden Boot alongside Diego. His shot well saved by the goalkeeper though, and turned away. So still 1-0 to Dortmund. We made a great start in this game though, and we're deservedly leading by a goal. And just before the break, this was the moment to savour, because 2 minutes before half time, Diego Menendez would fire us into a 2-goal lead. And the significance of that goal will mean that Menendez, for the first time this season, hits 20 goals. And Aubameyang, the race for the Golden Boot may well be over, as Diego seems to be pulling away. 20 goals for Menendez. He reaches 20 before Aubameyang. I said he'd get there, and he does so in this game by bagging a first half brace. So Borussia Mönchengladbach 0, Borussia Dortmund 2, and we were looking really strong in the first half and the far superior side. But in the second half here, Borussia Mönchengladbach would get themselves back in the game just past the hour mark. It's a bit of an unfortunate goal, this one, but that's what happened in the first game. I'm not going to complain about bad luck. The shot came in, it hit the inside of the post, and then in the 6-yard area, no yellow shirts reacted quick enough, and eventually the ball's turned into the open goal by a guy whose name I'll never be able to pronounce, but I'll try it anyway. Is it Hergota? Probably not. Hergoat? Who's Hergoat? But still, number 30 gets his 9th for the season and makes it Borussia Mönchengladbach 1, Borussia Dortmund 2. With 20 minutes to go, Mönchengladbach didn't really offer much else to show. They were still in this game, and as you'll see, Aubameyang would rack the points up for us and say to Diego, you may have hit 20, but I'm going to get to 21, as he does his trademark celebration, give us our 2-goal cushion back, and make it Mönchengladbach 1, Borussia Dortmund 3. Suicidal defending from Mönchengladbach. They shoot themselves in the foot here, trying to pass out from the back. Aubameyang steals in, robs the ball, puts it into the top corner, and gets his 18th goal in the Bundesliga, as the race for the title is still on, and the race for the Golden Boot is still on. Final score, 3-1 to Dortmund, another huge win, 3 out of 3. My word, did we need these wins today, after 3 games without a win in 3 of the biggest games of the season. We stay top of the table, and with 3 games to go, we know now that if we win our remaining 3 games and get 3 points in all of them, we will win the title and trophy number 3 of this series. But that will end today's episode of the FIFA 17 career mode, guys, so a massive thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like, as likes are always very much appreciated, and it really helps the channel grow as well. Much love to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of career mode very soon.